You can lose thousands investing in silver. And there's two reasons, major reasons why you can lose thousands investing in silver. Over here on my website, I have charts for silver. It's at 36.72. It is in a bull market at the moment. Gold has dropped back a little bit, but it's still there too. And platinum's up. Precious metals are really hot right now. They've been hot. And then they've got a little cold, but they've really been hot lately. Now, I'm going to tell you a little backstory. Back in 1980, 79, 80, 81, when the Hunts brothers had the market cornered and they had silver going up in the 40s. I think the highest might have been 50 something. If you want to adjust it for inflation, you can take it even higher, I guess. It's not the point. Dad was buying silver and selling it thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of dollars worth. And I remember it as a kid. I remember people waiting in line at a local retail store. Dad had his card table sitting there. He had people helping him, and they were just lined up to sell their scrap silver, scrap gold, whatever they could sell that they had put back, and all this silver 90% change, and it was going to the smelter. We wouldn't even have it today if it wasn't for a backlog at the smelters. Literally, it's 3 months before they could get to through what they had already, and it kept coming in and kept coming in. And Dad, one day when we went to Columbus to sell to Allen's in Westerville, he stayed the night instead of dropping it off the day before, and it had dropped almost in half overnight. And I mean, it put the market in a free-for-all. Dad lost a lot of money, lost confidence in silver, and it's unfortunate. It affected us in a really bad way for a while, and we had a couple years where we weren't doing that well financially. But the bottom line is that it's hard for me to trust silver because of that. I've gotten over that a lot, but it's the truth. It's a volatile metal. The market is very volatile. There's reasons for that, and we're going to talk about it.
Here I have a 100-ounce bar. That's pretty cool.
I don't dislike silver, and I'm telling people not to buy it. You should buy silver if that's what you like, but you don't buy it just because it's high. That's the problem. People start buying it when it goes high and fuels the demand. Silver is used in so many commercial uses that it has to stay a certain amount below. All the sales are not reported, or it'd be worth more because it would show. I don't know exactly the exact details of everything. I can't sit here and tell you. Like I said, this is my opinion based off of some facts. But you cannot have silver too high, because then things like cell phones and all the industrial uses for silver, the oxides and all that, would have to increase.
I mean, you have to think, if silver goes up too high, so are computers and cell phones and anything that silver is used for. That kind of services, or any business or whatever uses it, whether it be film or whatever, those things are going to have to go up tremendously. I mean, can you imagine a $1,000 ounce silver, or 500? I mean, they're going to have to find an alternative to use because it's going to be too expensive. So it's not a good thing, because silver's not just bullion. It's not just a precious metal to collect and stack and to put in the coins. It's also commercially used in great quantities, probably greater quantities than people use it for stacking and for coins.
And it's unfortunate, but that's part of the reason why. And then the other reason is that it can be manipulated so easily by trading 1 billion or 2 ounces. Some companies like JP Morgan's and all of them, I don't know how much they can trade, but if it's everybody trades, they can drop it $1 or 2, and it can all of a sudden be $18 when it was at $30 in the next few months. That's why you buy on the lows and you just keep buying, and it averages out. Maybe even you should hedge yourself with some paper silver, where you're buying it at melt. Buy it at melt when it's really down. Buy 1,000 ounces if you can afford it. So with it being easily manipulated and not reported, every silver cell not reported, so it's undervalued, and then being commercially used, that really affects my thoughts on silver And I just know that you have to play it smart. If you're trying to invest in anything, you're trying to be a stacker. I have his 2 ounces here. These are really cool too, like these. And this is, to me, the premium stuff is right here. There are premium things. I'm not against silver. I think that silver is a good thing to purchase. But you have to realize that it is a highly manipulated market. It's also it's something you don't want to get into just because it's all of a sudden high. You want it to be in it long term all the time. And I say that a lot. A lot of people are like, same advice every video, but it's the truth. If you waited to buy it when it's at 36 an ounce, or 37 an ounce, you waited too long. You want to buy it when it's low, buy it when it's high, buy it when it's been manipulated, buy it whenever it happens. It doesn't matter. Just buy it, and buy it for decades if you can afford to, or if you are going to live long enough. If you have just started in silver or thinking about it, my idea behind it would be to stick with Constitutional. And this right here is a beast. Look at this thing. That's 10 ounces. That is so cool. Look how big that thing is. My recommendation, though, would be to stick with Constitutional. Silver key dates, if you can get key dates, better dates, and things like that, and higher grade silver currently. That's what I would purchase if I was going to get into silver now. So maybe this video might help you out a little bit. I mean, you don't want to get in just because it's high. You just keep buying if you've already been buying. And if you see that it's getting really high on you and it gets a little scary because it could drop, it could drop a couple dollars. It could drop back down $5. All it takes is a tweet or a speech from one of the politicians or something crazy to happen in the world, and it can really affect it. Because it's easier to affect that than it is gold. Gold can be a store of wealth if you stay in it and keep staying in it and keep going in it. It's just like any investment. If I buy Amazon today, I got to stay in it long term to get my money out of it, or at least to see an increase. Same thing with Bitcoin or any of it. Any investing, anything. You're doing it long term. Yes, you can make some money short term, but that's not the goal when you're trying to, unless you're just one of those guys that sit in their PJs and they're day trading all the time. That's a little different there. But anyways, thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.